Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Kushi.D from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Today's topic will be on tables in HTML. So before going to what is tables in HTML, let us look how a table will be looking when it is created using HTML. So here I have typed the code in Visual Studio Code. So I will be running this code and showing you how a table looks. So now I will be running it. So this is how a table looks when a table is created using HTML. So I will be explaining you in detail about the code and everything in the further slides. So we will continue with the session. Lecture overview. In this session, we will be learning about the basics of tables, create simple two-dimensional tables, formatting tables, create tables with complex structures. Introduction to table. Tables are grids made up of rows and columns. The intersection of a row and column is called a cell. Tables can contain text, additional markup, other tables, images, and just about anything else. Tables are block level elements. Much has changed about tables from HTML4 to HTML5. Use tables to render truly tabular data. Use CSS for presentation. In this regard, CSS has replaced some tables functionality. I'll be using new constructs in this lecture to support good habits. Basic table tags. The table tag is the outermost tag and marks the table. The deprecated border attribute defines the width of the border surrounding the table. The tr tag appears inside the table tag and marks a table row. Tr tag is nothing but the table row tag that is used to creating rows. The td tag appears inside the tr tag and marks the table data. TD is nothing but table data. So this is a sample code of creating a table with 2-pixel border, and the output of it is as such. Tables, captions and headers. The caption element appears as a child of a table tag and contains the table's title. The caption appears just above the table itself. The th tag element is similar to tr tag element but contains the table's header. The header is typically emphasized. So th is nothing but table header. So it is in simple it's called as th tag. So this is the code in HTML where we are using captions and headers. So this is the code and this is the output. Next, we have tables grouping. The t-head, t-footer and t-body tags are used to group table parts. That is nothing but header, footer and body. Note that t-foot tag must appear after t-body tag. So when we are writing the code, in case if we use t-foot tag before t-body tag, it is restricted. Means that is not allowed. Only after the usage of t-body tag, we have to use t-foot tag. That is, first the body tag should come and then the footer tag. It's used for dynamic table scrolling, which most browsers do not yet support. These are also logical semantic rather than physical elements. Table attributes. The border attribute defines the thickness of the table's border. Value is measured in pixels. The cell padding attribute defines the number of pixels from the cell wall to the cell content. The cell spacing attribute defines the number of pixels between cells. They typically do this with CSS, but as we have not yet covered CSS part, I'm doing only HTML part now, so I will teach you this when I'm doing in CSS. So these are the outputs of few tables using which we have created using the attributes such as border, cell padding and cell spacing. So column and cell attributes. Align. Justify the text within the column, that is left, right and center. Width, the width of the column. Use relative or absolute width. Width, like we can give it as 25% of the table. Width we can give in pixels as well, that is 100 px, that is nothing but 100 pixels. V align, vertical alignment. Values, that is top, middle, bottom, baseline. Supported by tables too. So table columns. The call tag appears as a child of the table tag or call group tag and describes formatting for the entire column. It's often easier than formatting individual rows or cells. The call group tag is used to apply formatting to several columns. So when we are creating a table in HTML, instead of using call tag, we can use call group tag. So call group tag is used for formatting of several columns. Like if we give column tag, we can format one particular row, but call group will be helping us to format several columns. So by that we will be saving our time also. Next, table columns. We are seeing some example. Center the data in first column and right justify the second column. So this is of it. So before going to what is spanning, let us see a simple HTML code for designing a table. So I will be creating a new file. So this should also be in HTML. So now let me create a basic HTML code. So this is the basic HTML code. So as we have learned, the table tag should be present within the body tag. So here I have typed the HTML code in the notepad. So the same code I will be copying and pasting it there. I've typed it because of saving the time so that we can cover more topics. So I have typed this code in notepad. I'll be copying it. Okay, so now I will just remove this attribute and just show you how it works. I'll be saving it. Now I will run it. See, now you could see how it appears. Like there is no border because I have not given the attribute for the table. That is border attribute I have not given. So this is how it appears when I don't give any attributes for the table tag. So let me show you by giving the attribute for table. I am giving 8 here. Now I will be running it. Now you could see the table. Like we have company, contact, country. Each one separated properly. And the data is also placed correctly. So initially in HTML, the border size will be 0. The default border size is 0 in HTML. This is very important. So when we have to give the border size, so for the table we need to specify the attribute called border attribute, and we can give whatever size we want. So now I will be explaining you the code. So now here we have the table headers as company, contact and country. So for each of the thing we have to enter the datas using TD tag, that is table data tag. So this is entered in the form of rows. That's why we are placing it inside the table row tag, that is TR tag. So similarly it's done for the two outputs, that is IBM and Google company, which I have given the company names. So this is about the how a table can be created using HTML tag. So this is the code which I have typed. So next let us go for cell spanning. Some tables have cells that should span multiple rows and columns. Row span attribute is used to create a cell that spans multiple rows. Column span attribute is used to create a cell that spans multiple rows. This is cell spanning. So this is how a cell spanning can be illustrated. So you could see, I will be showing you an example as well in the Visual Studio Code. So you can just see this as of now. Tables within tables. That said, tables can contain tables, which can contain tables. The process can get very complicated. So before this, let me show you how the column span works. So I'll be creating one more new file. So I have created the basic tag. Now here I have actually typed the code in my notepad. The same thing I'll be pasting it there. I'm doing this for the only reason of saving time. That's it. So I will just be copying it and pasting it inside the body tag only. Okay, now you can see now. So here now I will be running this and then explaining you. Okay, you could see the output as such. Now let me give the attribute here for the table border. Now you could see the output. So now I will be explaining you and then showing you the output and explaining it. So here we are using col span 2 for the name. Why we are using column span? Because when we have to make two columns as a single column, we use the tag called col span. So we are mentioning 2 because we are spanning two columns as a single column. As we could observe here, I will be showing you. We can see name has two columns. As a single column, we can see Kushi is in one column and D in other column. Aditya in one column and D in other column. So, two columns is treated as a single column. For this purpose, we are using col span tag. So, this is the purpose of the col span tag. So, and the other code is similar to the previous code which I explained. So this is the way you can use col span. So once more I will be showing you the output. You can see. Now let me go for the row span. Okay, again I have typed the row span tag example here. So I'll just be copying it and I will be pasting it here. I'll be creating a new file. Okay, so again the code should be placed only inside the body tag. Okay, so again we are using here the row span. Okay, so now I have pasted the row span example here, the code for it, and now I will just be running and showing it, so you will get an idea of what is exactly happening. Okay, you could see this now. Okay, let me give the attribute and then show. So for the table, what we have to give? We have to type the attribute as border, and let me give around 10. 8 I'm going to give, save it, and then run it. So now you could see we have name Kushi.D, phone number we have 2. So here we can see 2 rows is treated as a single row. So we are spanning 2 rows. Okay, I'll be explaining that in code. So we could see row span equal to 2. So that is nothing but we want to span 2 rows as a single row. Okay, so that is the reason we are getting the output as such. You could see we are having name, then for that the input what we are giving is Kushi.D. So that is in single row. Done. Now phone, we are taking 2 rows as single row, and we are giving the inputs as 2 inputs, that is one is 7898, that one, and 67899. So for this purpose we will be using the row span tag. So this is the way you are supposed to use the row span tag. We can also give the heading also if we want, my first row span table, and I'll be running it. See, now you could see this. Okay, so that's how we make the usage of column span and row span. So now tables within tables. So this we saw. So next slide we'll be moving on, table formatting and CSS. We have not discussed CSS yet, but I want to mention here because as it is a bit related here, so if I mention it, it will be good. Everything is a box in the eyes of CSS. A table is a box, a table row is a box, a table cell is a box. A nested table is just another box. So anything in CSS is treated as a box. So CSS is like a box model. So box model kind of things is very important in CSS. Table formatting and CSS. Border style is used to set the border of a cell, row or the table. All margin and padding works as you would expect. Table formatting conflicts. Cell formatting overrides row formatting. Row formatting overrides table formatting. Okay, we'll see some example later. So thank you for watching my video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.